Oh, so you came back for some more LoveKami. Where last time we actually started the game from 3 years ago. Oh well. And we left off right here where I'm at right now. I had to do my part as the star that bound them. There was only a half a month left till the preliminaries. All that was left to do was push forward. Actually, I'm recording this in the next day after I recorded the last one. It is still raining outside. I am not joking. We didn't have time to be worried. Yay. Yamato. Oh, not much longer until the preliminaries are over now. We had pushed through over 3 months. Holy crap. Of preliminary auditions. And now that there were only a few days left, I was so anticipated to see them lose. Sorry. The big screen in front of Akihabara Station showed videos of the participants day in, day out. But in a big screen like that, it just couldn't bring out their real charm. Even still though, seeing the two of them up there made me extremely happy. Oh, they're so cute, like little babies. Like little big-chested babies. They could breastfeed themselves. At this point, most of the spots were set. But for groups that were closer to the cutoff line, it was an incredibly important time. And that was us. Right on the cutoff line. What?
LoveKamiですオーディション予選終了まであともう少し皆さんのご協力をよろしくお願いしますよかったら私たちLoveKamiに投票してね
And you better freaking vote too! Not like the American election where you just sat down and did nothing. Shuri and Kagura were passing out handmade flyers to passersby. And there I was, taking pictures of it all for their activity log. They also got the chance to go on stage at the Goddess Cafe that Kagura worked part-time at. The whole atmosphere, with the crowd and everything, was much different than when we took that video. Shuri had seemed quite anxious at first, but she had started to get used to it.
本当にこんなことするの？ほらほら、照れない照れない。ファンのみんなも喜んでくれてるよ。
Oh sure, everybody's enjoying it. Shuri was helping out at the cafe as a way to repay them for using the stage. She didn't seem to quite understand what drew people to maid cafes. I don't either. I don't really either. I mean, it's a maid cafe. I guess maid uniform? I mean, to be honest, my nearest restaurant just has waitresses, and they're basically the same thing, I guess. I've never been to a maid cafe, so I don't know. Forgive me for that one. Their activities as a duo went by in a crazy hustle and bustle. Only the gods could tell if they would make it through the primaries now. And then it was here, the final night of the preliminaries. Whoa, really? You mean we went all this way? How long is this game? Shuri and Kagura were at my house, so we could see it all through to the end together. Yeah.
いらっしゃい、二人とも。ついにオーディション予選も最終日ね。サラさん、どうしてここに？
Well, it's kind of
やっぱり気になっ
obvious.
ちゃって。二人が来るって聞いて、ご一緒させてもらおうと思ったの。やったー！サラさんがいてくれたら100人力だね。
I have a funny feeling that you may not get it. I don't think there's any helping left to do here.
そんな。役立たずは出ていけってヤマト君は言うのね。
What? That's not what I said.
こら、サラさんを泣かせるな。
That's not what I said. Oh, give me a break. She's a huge faker.
使おう？ありがとう、かぐらちゃん。これで全力で泣けるわね。
Well.
全力で泣くって。
Okay. Realizing it was all a play, Shuri suddenly grew impatient. Oh, really? What about my apology? This is gonna get... This... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get this cup over here. This is some pretty nasty tea. I forgot it's cold. That's what I get for trying to watch videos an hour long on YouTube without drinking it. We sipped on the tea that Sara made for us and watched the votes pour in. As time drew close, the poll number seemed to explode. As the last hour drew in, the poll would remain open, but the results were to be pulled from view. What? We would basically just be left in the dark. Well, that's a good idea. You're probably around 5th and Kagura around 7th. Only 5 idols would be selected from the preliminaries. It was looking rough for Kagura, but Shuri wasn't safe either. I know. Yep, you just sit down, wait patiently, and watch your... Never mind. I was about to say something very crude. Yeah, pray that your life won't end. It was serious business when a goddess decided to ask all the gods for help. But it wasn't just Kagura. Shuri sat with her hands clenched and expression hardened. And just like that, we were at the last hour. Well, now we have no way of telling. All that we could do was wait it out. But even still, none of us had the energy to do anything else at all. I mean, hey, whoa, is this my first option? Really? Okay, let's see, Shuri, Kagura, oh wait, they're both praying. Let's talk to Sara. Hey Sara, can I talk to you for a sec? I called Sara out, telling her I had something to talk about. So, what do you think? How do you think the preliminaries will go? I pulled her away from the other two to ask. I mean, you didn't have to do that. Would both of them make it, or would one of them get dropped? Really, they could both wind up getting dropped. Yeah, I agree. They might make it. She didn't really have anything to back it up, but it still made me feel more confident. What do you think of them? I wondered if she felt like they were cut out to be members of L7, like she was. Whether or not the current members would accept them was more important than getting through auditions, really. I could see it.
その性格ね。ダンスもすごいけれど、人を笑顔にする才能はきっと他の誰よりも優れているはずよ。だから私は2人のこと、同じ神様アイドルとして認めてるつもり。
Oh, that's nice. Sara, you best girl. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. It seems like Sara endorsed them. Nothing could beat a confident booster like that.
見ててとっても楽しかった。デビューした頃の私もあんな風だったのかなって懐かしく思っちゃった。
You used to be lively as them.
でももうあの頃には戻れない。
Are you blushing for whatever reason? Her mutterings didn't escape me. You've still got it though, Sara. You still got it, Sara. Come give your little bro a hug. Little bro.
そうかしら。私は彼女たちのようにキラキラしてないと思うけど、きっと私はアイドルとして大切なものをどこかに置き忘れてしまったのかもしれないわね。
Privacy? Oh yeah, I know how you feel. I mean, with all this stuff like Google, government, and all this other stuff, I mean, you just lost privacy. I can't even go out into nature without a bird seeing me pee in the bushes, okay? That's what you call absence of privacy. It doesn't hold any security either. I had no way of knowing what on earth could possibly be going through her mind. Oh, your relationship with me? Oh, I'll hug you even though you're far away. I can still see the tears through the rain from the distance that leaves us. In lane. I cannot believe I actually forgot rhymes this time. I could tell that there was always something behind that sweet smile of hers, though. Okay. Okay. What did that mean? As she spoke, she wove her hands around in a strange way. And in a moment, she was enveloped in light. No, don't go towards the light. I still need you here. Okay. Once the light faded, it was no longer the kindly Sara before me, but instead it was the top idol Sara Benzaiten. What did that mean? We flew up into the night sky? What? It was like I was some mere mortal captured by a celestial maiden. And just like those old tales of forbidden love. Of forbidden love? I felt suddenly drawn to the side of her. What are you holding? What? What? She sat me down on the roof. She sat me down up on the roof of the house. What? Then she sat down at the very top and suddenly pulled out an acoustic guitar. From where, I might add. What's with the guitar? Well, I can understand that. Aw, you gonna sing for me with your cute little voice? Well, that's actually a powerful voice, what I'm saying. She started plucking the strings, getting the guitar in tune. I only heard one chord. What? Sara was the center for L7, the highest position of divine idol could reach. But she didn't seem to understand why. Wow. You can literally hear from the voice actress that she is actually, even though she has a smile on her face, you can hear the angst in her voice. That is good voice acting. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe it's you don't have a day life. Maybe you just need to be a girl for one day. The guitar echoed around as she spoke. After it rang out for a bit, she put her hands on the strings and muted it. Okay, I won't speak. I nodded slightly and she started playing again. But no matter how long she strummed, she never started singing. She just played the intro over and over again. Oh. Sara? She didn't respond to me either. She just kept playing in silence. She wasn't asking me, but instead letting her question fade out into the night sky. I like that song, you know. That you played the intro over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's my favorite part. It's, well, it's just really relaxing, you know? Unlike my voice, it's the kind of song you'd listen to when you've started falling for someone. I see where this is going. I spoke without thinking, and she gulped in response.
それはつまり恋ということ？
Yes! I guess, yeah. It's kind of embarrassing to talk about, though. Lots of L7 songs are like that, huh? Love songs. It wasn't just them either. Lots of idol songs seem to revolve around love. I mean, that's obvious, right?
恋の歌？
Aren't they?
違わないわ。でも、そうね。なるほど。そうだったの。
I had no idea what was going on, but she seemed to have figured something out. She started muttering like crazy. Sarah, what are you doing?
私を悩ませ続けてきた違和感の正体が。私はこれまでずっと何の疑問も抱かずに恋の歌を歌い続けてきた。
Yeah, one thing about musicians when they start singing or doing stuff is that if they don't sing what's really truly in their heart, they start to deviate and completely forego that they exist, almost. Like a lot of Christian rock band frontmen who, you know, saying like, oh, love and love and love and everything else about God, and except if they deal with like something like very big questions that they don't understand, if they don't get it out in song, most of the time they usually just fall out of Christianity altogether. And that includes other religions and other doctrines like the politics and other things like that. You just cannot sing one thing over and over and over again without writing what you know. And that's the problem a lot of idol groups have, because a lot of the singers cannot or not able to write what they know. And that's the biggest problem.
でもね、それは絶対におかしいの。恋をしたことないのに恋を歌ってもきっと人の心には届かない。
That's not true at all. That's not true at all. I don't know what book you've been reading, but that's not right. The voting for the preliminaries had reached an end. The result will be announced at 3 p.m. on stage in Hakihabara. The three of us decide to head there to see the results of our own eyes. Our own eyes! So good.
こんなに人が
So good, Destiny!
思わなかったよ。
You didn't imagine there would be a big crowd, except it's literally the most famous Project L7. I don't know. It was just proof that the preliminaries were a hot event.
見て、L7 が出てきたよ。お姉ちゃん。
Her sister looked a bit like her. Of course. As Sinner, Sara took the mic and stepped
皆
forward.
さんこんにちは。L7 の弁財天サラです。本日はお集まりいただきありがとうございます。L7 の新メンバー選考オーディション、その予選ステージの結果を発表したいと思います。
Alright. She unrolled the paper in her hand and read off it. Read off it.
第5位、得票数158257票、アマウズカグラさん。
Hey! Whoa! That's a lot of votes.
今のって私？
Yes. Unless your last name is not Amaozu. It was. You made it.
先に予選突破されちゃったわね。
You do realize, Shuri, that we started at 5, not 1? Aw, don't be that way. You're cute. She started crying out of pure joy. Oh, well, pure joy is fine. It seemed like lots of her fans had gathered, and all of them were clapping for her. Next came a fourth, then third. Yeah, closer you get to 1, the more you get worried. Shuri's name still hadn't come up. Sixth place and below still hadn't been announced, so everyone was tense.
第2位得票数23万3480票決勝点趣里さん嘘
Second place. She stood there, blown away. I guess. Even though she's just like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Called it. Up on stage, her sisters seemed quite surprised too. You did it, Shuri.
これで一緒に本戦に出場だね
Yeah, but did I make it as the cameraman?
ありがとう自分のことじゃないみたいに感じるわ
Please, let number 1 be me, Yamato, the cameraman. She was, I do a lot more than, yeah, I mean, they're the face of it, but, you know, I still gotta be, you know, I don't know. She was still having trouble taking it all in and stood there kind of lost. So who's number 1? Meanwhile, the first, where is the log? I kind of skipped over it, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, the first place winner was announced. So who the freak was it? They beat out Shuri by around 10,000 votes. It was quite close when you think about how well known they are. Okay.
以上5名が
How?
オーディション本戦に出場する神様です本戦はこちらのステージで1ヶ月後に行われます
A month! There was only a month left until finals. It was going to be 1 month of work trying to get a level beyond the
最後に一つ
competition.
だけ L7 を愛する皆さんに私からお知らせしたいことがあります
Yeah, the winner's gonna take her place.
私弁財天サラは今回のオーディションを最後に神様アイドルを引
Knew
退
it.
します
Yep. After making her announcement ever so softly, Sara put down the mic and walked off stage. It looked like Sara was the one who left everyone in awe that afternoon.
そんなサラさんが引退なんて
Yes, because she will marry me!
どういうことねえどういうことなの
Shuri and Kagura weren't the only ones shocked by Sara's sudden announcement. The whole place was in an uproar. These were all hardcore L7 fans, so it was only natural.
皆様ただいまの弁財天サラの発言についてご説明申し上げます
The staff were hurrying to get the place under
L7 は
control.
もともと七福神をモチーフにした神様アイドルグループですなので我々は7という数を重視しています
Tip, 7 gods of good luck. Usually these are Ebisu, Daikokuten, Bishamonten, Benzaiten, Fukuro, Kuju, Jurojin, and Hotai. Hotei. Okay. Visiting each shrine is known as the Seven
弁財
Gods
天サ
Tour.
ラの引
Okay.
退は当初より決まっていたことでした今回のオーディションは彼女に代わるメンバーを選出するものだったのです
Yeah, I called that. 8 goddesses of good luck wouldn't make any sense if there was supposed to be 7. Duh. Without Sara, there would only have been a measly 6, so the official announcement was that it was necessary to vote on the 7th. The official opinion had been that 8 would be fine, but apparently that was all a part of the plan to keep Sarah's retirement under wraps. On an emotional level, you lied to us! On an emotional level, it was hard to accept, but the situation was understandable. However, they never explained the reason behind Sarah's retirement and just went on to announce the result of the qualifier voting. Well, This is stinky pile of horse droppings. And now, congratulations to the two that made it past the LoveKami preliminaries. The LoveKami preliminaries? What? But this is our name. I don't. Okay. What was that? What was that? It just flew up in my face. We were celebrating with a quick toast at Amano Kaguyama, the goddess cafe where Kagura worked. Yeah, now you gotta go through the finals. What's wrong? You don't look happy. Okay. Well, it's pretty simple. She's kind of lost her will, kinda. Sara had been a role model for both Shuri and Kagura. They didn't let it show too often, but of course they really looked up to her. It looked like Shuri had tried contacting her privately, but the message just sat there unread, meaning that Sara was too busy to check her phone. Yeah. I mean, you can perform all you want, but if you don't perform your heart out on stage without, actually having what's in your heart out on stage, and the heart cannot release its emotional turmoil upon stage, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, right? I don't know why my mouth just suddenly fell down the stairs like that. As Shuri and Kagura got better themselves, they understood more and more of just how amazing L7 were. It was obvious that right now, LoveKami was nowhere near that level. Wait, L7's gonna choose someone else, and Sara, Shuri, and Kagura are gonna make LoveKami. The reason she's retiring, huh? I thought about Sara while I was tending the store. I couldn't tell the others about it, but I had a pretty good idea what it might be. Yeah, that must be it. She must want to date me. Well, nah, she's actually lost her will. I mean, come on, just look at it. Her voice was angst-ridden. You cannot deny that it's obvious why she's leaving. Our discussion the night before on the roof, Sara seemed to have come to a decision about something that must have been it. I like her thigh, the way they drew it. I don't know. That's a good knee right there. That is a good knee. So her retirement really was sudden and not planned in advance like they said. I wonder if it was all too much. Wait, what? I think I read that wrong. I wonder if it's all my fault. Oh! Oh, I read that wrong completely. Can I kiss you? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you mean I'm here? I couldn't believe she'd show up out of the blue like this. What exactly do you think you're doing? Shuri and Kagura are in complete shock. Don't blame her. Her reply was strong, her resolve clearly unshaken. It was plain that her mind couldn't be changed, so I swallowed what had been about to say. What we were about to say, Yamato? Well, I mean, it does feel like I'm the cause of all this. The words had caused an idol at the peak of her career to retire. That wasn't such an easy thing to come to grips with. Your words? Try your existence. I'm happy. When she said this, Sara's face looked relieved.
こんなに急に引退するっていうつもりはなかったんだけれどね。実は歌えなくなってしまったの。
What? What do you mean
恋
you
の
can't
歌だけじゃ
sing?
なくて全部歌おうとすると言葉が出てこないのよ。
I know exactly what you mean. You're not speaking from the heart, you're just speaking from your brain. And if you overuse your brain, it just explodes into fire. And every single little person inside you is like, ah, the house is on fire! The house is on fire! We forgot his name! Who are we living in? No!
本当は予選発表の後一曲歌う予定だったんだけど、それもダメになっちゃって、もう困っちゃった。
Maybe you just need to sing a sad song. I mean, that's good, you know. Write what's in your heart, not your head. That's nothing to laugh about. Seeing her smile like that, bitter, but still adorable. I couldn't help shouting.
ごめんね、
Oh,
ヤ
you
マト
didn't tell me
君。
that.
心配かけちゃって全部私が悪いのは分かっているんだけど。
No, no, it's not your fault. I've been telling you the whole time. It's just because you're singing what's in your head, not in your heart, underneath this giant, fantastic piece of flab. But come on, you haven't done anything wrong.
自
Please.
己管理ができない私の責任だから。
Yeah, it's not. Well then, why? Why was she here with me now? The question wouldn't leave my mouth. Wasn't she here to blame me? To say it was my fault? Boy, Yamato, you dense.
ヤマト
You a
君が
dense?
一番心配してるかなって。だからちゃんとお話ししておきたくて。
See?
それ
She's
にね、
perfect.
引退すると言ってもすぐにじゃないから、オーディションが終わるまではちゃんと続けるつもりよ。
See?
だから
Perfection!
安心してね。私は大丈夫だから。
Okay, if you say so, come give me a hug. I would need hugs right now. Smiling to the last, Sara left. Without a hug? How dare she? Leave me alone without hugs? How am I supposed to relax without a hug? At least, that's what I thought, but couldn't bring myself to say. If I'd kept pushing at it, Sara might have left as if she'd failed again. After all, she had come all the way here just to reassure me. Well, what can I say?
で、結局サラさんはなんて言ってたの？
She can't sing?
ずっと前から
Oh,
決
she
まっ
did.
てたんだって。
I don't know if I should tell them this. Is this
オ
an
ーディション
option?
の企画自体、それが発端だったみたい。
Sara hadn't told Shuri the real truth. Why is this off? That was probably best. If she told Shuri that she couldn't sing anymore, Shuri likely wouldn't have been able to focus on the
教えてくれたら
audition.
よかったのに。サラさんも水臭いな。気持ちはわかるけど、そうもいかなかったんでしょ。ほら、守秘義務とかあるだろうし。
Oh, yeah, that is actually true. Non-disclosure agreement.
ね
They get a lawsuit. For the time being, it looked like they both accepted the situation. Okay, you two, let's get focused on the final audition. Since we'd gotten past the Sara situation, it was time to face the final audition. The audition was in a month, and we were meeting to plan out how to handle it.
ユニットは解散ってことなのかしらね。
No. Well, yes. But also no, because we actually need you both to train each other. You know, like a rival situation? LoveKami, love rival. LoveKami rivals, I guess. Make a Super Smash Bros. Game featuring just these two cuties. Rumble it out! and see who wins.
そんなのやだよ。でもここからは直接戦うライバル同士なのよ。勝ち残れるのは一人だけなんだし。
Now, there can be more than one. You just have to believe that you can subvert the rules of life and reality. Which you actually can. Aw, that's cute. Why don't you just become your own idol group? Sing your own songs.
嬉しいこと言ってくれるわね。私だってラブカミを続けたいって思うけど。
What would I do as a cameraman?
そこはちゃんとしなきゃ。
Yes, we can. There's no need to break it off for good or anything. Once the audition's over, you can get back together.
つまりラブカミは一時凍結ってことで。
Yeah, it's not like it's disbanded.
そういうことなら私も我慢するよ。
Yeah, because if Shuri or Kagura wins L7, the L7 audition, I mean, hey, you could just be like a lot of other musicians and go between bands, like boop 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 boop. I mean, how many bands feature the same artists? I don't know. It looked like Kagura more or less agreed, so I thought the problem had been solved. You thought, so that means something's gonna come up.
ヤマトはこれからどうするの？
I knew it. The problem had not been solved. If the two of them were going forward on their own, my role would become kind of complicated.
引き続きヤマトに協力してもらいたいけど。私も
How?
一人だと何していいかわかんないし。
Oh, you want me to be your manager? Okay, that's good. I mean, I technically already was, and I guess I didn't compartmentalize that exactly. They had both been on their own and experienced the struggle. So to suddenly go back to after that being the part of a trio like this must have been scary. Yes. That's not what Kagura means. The audition would put them into direct competition, so the three of us continuing like we always had just would not work. I mean, not really. I mean, like when you train, I mean, think of it like, I mean, it's an idol group, right? So if you were making a song like me versus you, it's just an example. Me versus you, or you versus I. And one is just over there not dancing, just like, oh, you think you can do better than me? And, you know, like that, kind of. I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is act as if LoveKami is actually disbanded, but it's not technically, because the way you know what acting is, right, Kagura? I was sure Kagura understood it in her head. Her heart just hadn't caught up. What? Wait, you talking about splitting up? That's stupid! That's stupid. You should be directly competing. Seeing each other's moves and knowing how they work is like, oh, I gotta brainstorm ways to think that. It's called competition, and it's important. It's the fundamental building blocks of capitalism. What can I say? Said Apple to Google. Apple is so secretive with their stuff, and Google's like, hey, anybody can edit our stuff. I'm obviously talking about iPhone and like Android phones. Wait, I didn't read that. Oh. It looked like Shuri had some kind of plan. Whatever the case, it would be important to keep their ideas secret from each other.
私は神楽と正面から競い合ってみたいと思ってる。ユニットでずっと一緒にやってきて、この子すごいなってずっと思ってた。私にはない魅力いっぱい持ってる。そんな、シュリだってすごいよ。歌もうまいし、頭もいいし。
And you're so smart, and you're so tsundere.
ダンスは神楽の方が上手。親しみやすい性格も強みだと思うし。
You basically complete each other.
私は神楽のこと、ライバルとして認めてるの。だからこそ今回だけは慣れ合うのをやめて、全力でぶつかり合ってみたい。
So that means being secretive. How can you compete if you're so secretive? It was precisely because they had become so close that she wanted to have a real competition. Shuri's passionate words seemed to light a fire in Kagura as well. Bring it on! Shuri and Kagura were already throwing off sparks, I guess. It looked like I could relax a bit. Well then, I guess I'll just step back and watch from a distance. If I help either one of you, it wouldn't be a fair fight, would it?
でも、ヤマトはそれでいいの？ラブカミは2人じゃなくて3人だよって。
Well, I appreciate you saying that, but in the end, I'm just your support. If you two are really going head to head, I think it's fine if I bow out for a while.
ここまで言ってるのよ。その気持ち、汲んであげなさい。
You know, when they open their mouth and they got like little tiny mouths, it almost looks like a walnut or an almond. No, not a walnut. Definitely an almond. I would be lying if I said I didn't feel lonely. All three of us had worked so hard, but at the end of it all, I would be the only one to leave. I had this feeling of emptiness, like I didn't know why I'd done it all. What? Because you did it for Sara! When I thought about it more, of course, it hadn't been for me, but for these two. And so for their sake, I would stay out of the final auditions. Nothing would actually change for me. My position was still exactly the same. That was what was best for LoveKami. I should probably save it before something else happens. Yeah, let's save. But let's save in day number 6. How do I go back? I don't know. Should I stop it now? I don't know. Probably not. Let's not. Even if I wasn't helping out either one of them, there wouldn't be any problems with me watching Shuri and Kagura practice. I thought to myself as I made my way to the usual practice spots. She handed me a headband and some glow sticks. What's all this? Miku apparel? Oh, fan merch? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Duly noted. She forced the merchandise on me, then rushed off to practice. As a divine idol who'd made it through the preliminaries, Shuri was getting a lot of attention. Fans were starting to gather to watch her practice. She was right, of course. If I started talking to her like I was someone special, I could cause some serious problems for her. Yeah. Fanboys can be, ooh, those fanboys. So I guess this means I'm out of the picture. I set down the fan goods and left. Oh, It just completely brushed off. The Goddess Cafe Amano Kaguyama was full today, too. The word had spread that one of the staff here had made it through the qualifying round. Okay. I could have went all day without that blasting in my ear. Kagura was busier than ever. The other goddesses were rushing around taking care of customers too. The area in front of the shop was crowded with people lining up to get in. Until the finals were over, I would only be a bother to both of them. Okay. Well. And we look up at the night sky. Well, what am I supposed to do now? Play video games. Edit on the laptop. Start YouTube. Shoot up a video. I don't know. I had been giving all of my free time to LoveKami, and now I was suddenly left to my own devices. I'm so bored. Maybe you should do something like read, or cook, or breathe. How many of you out there thought I was actually going to say breed? I'm just going to walk away from that statement. What did I use to do before I met those two? I constantly ask myself that same question about YouTube and stuff. It wasn't that long ago, but I couldn't remember. Oh yeah. Now I remember. I did Sara. I mean, no, I didn't mean that. Did I mean did I meant act, you know, like I mean I should stop talking. Sara came in. Really? I'm getting flabbergasted over that. Sara came in, then thought twice and knocked on the door behind her. Sara, if you're going to knock, try to do it before you come in. You don't need to say knock, knock. I'm masturbating, get out. No, not at all. But what about you? Aren't you busy right now? I pointed at my PC screen. I had just been reading an article about how busy she was with her retirement preparations. The divine idol world was not so simple that one could simply just quit because they wanted to, of course. Or quit simply because they wanted to and still have a reputation. Let's just say that. It couldn't be helped since she couldn't sing, but apparently they were having her do a lot of other things instead. Oh, okay. I would say so. You're next to me. She decided to borrow my bed. But I guess I wouldn't make an issue of it. It looked like she needed some peace and quiet. You don't want to be around the other members of L7. Oh, Sarah's sudden announcement had thrown L7 into chaos. Even if they all accepted it, it wouldn't exactly be comfortable for everyone. You know, it's fine with me if you don't mind the place. Don't mind the place. Did you just say a huggu? I want a huggu. Quit messing around. I'm a guy, you know. So? Guys can give hugs. I give hugs to other guys. What are you talking about? Try to have a little more self-awareness, okay? No! Try to have a little less self-awareness, Yamato. I mean, come on. I just blurted it out and then immediately realized what I said. It was a bit much to demand that she keep thinking of herself as an idol, since she was quitting after all. You should remember you're a girl. Of course.
これは一本取られちゃったわね。そうよね。神様でアイドルだけど、女の子だもん。男の子の前ではちゃんとしないといけないわね。
No, no, be yourself. Be yourself. It doesn't matter what gender you are. Something like that. I'll be counting on you. Sara straightened up after my advice. For some reason, she stared at me with a little grin on her face. What's wrong? Why are you staring at me like that? Oh. What? Have you lost all sense of reality? Well, I don't think I'll look like a girl or anything.
ヤマト君はちゃんと男の子してるから安心して。
I had no idea what she was getting at. Oh, she just saw me as a friend instead of a boy. Oh, instant friend zone. For years I've been friend zoned and haven't realized it until now. It made me uncomfortable to be stared at like that, but Sara seemed happy, so I let it go. Aww. Oof. The next month was over in the blink of an eye. What? The 5 goddesses who'd passed through the preliminaries were fighting in to be number 1. And everyone was watching to see how it went. Shuri and Kagura worked out their own unique styles and were apparently doing really well. As I stood back and watched the 2 of them chase their dreams, I went through my own life in a daze. Sara came by now and then to get away from things, but I really wasn't much help. Aw. You should read psychology books. Learn how to be a better man in a relationship. And so, the day of the final audition arrived. I was supposed to go to the show and cheer them on, but I watched the live stream from home instead. How dare you! Oh, that's too bad. They both gave the performances of their lives, but Shuri and Kagura were outclassed. In the end, the winner was the popular front runner who had taken first place in the qualifying round. Wow, that's just so nonchalant for what all we've been doing. They both did so well, but she was just on another level. The difference in ability was just too great to overcome in such a short time. Shuri and Kagura had worked hard, but so had all the other competitors. Oh well. Oh well. It's like 5 months of hard work just down the drain. Oh well. We'll get them next time. Oh wait, there's not gonna be a next time. Oh, it's a one-in-a-lifetime chance. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me feed you this sad stuff of rice. Oh. Yes, that has been sitting there for 45 minutes. Because it was really hot. And it's still actually kind of warm. I cooked it for 12 minutes, nuked it in the microwave for 12 minutes. What do you want from me? I don't know. After that, they would have the award ceremony, and then the winner would greet everyone as the new member of L7. I closed my browser without bothering to watch the end. Why? It was a little early, but I figured I'd go to sleep. I certainly wasn't just going to sulk in bed. I just had a lot to think about, and I wanted to be alone. And then Shuri and Kagura came up, and Sara came up, and everybody else came up and said, "Get out of bed, bitch! You gotta sit up there and watch that." Well, that was the plan, but... be quiet and let me sleep. My phone has a storm of buzzing notifications. Well, it's a lot of buzzing. Shuri was apparently trying to get a hold of me, but by any means impossible. Kagura didn't have a phone, but Shuri made up for it with extra vigor. You wait right there, mister. It seemed I'd done something to incur their wrath. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
会場に来なかった理由説明してくれるかしら
Oh, right. I didn't come. Right. Well, you see, Yamato, the main character, is a bunghole in certain points. So, hey, I would have come. I would have came. Demo on the other side of the screen would have came. As soon as they arrived, Shuri started an interrogation.
マスティたちのヤマトの生徒は言わないけどさ見に来てくれないってのはひどいんじゃないかな
I agree. I could have been your moral support when you saw me in the stands, like saying, "Yay, go Kagura!" I mean, sure. LoveKami, Kami Love. Hey, I'm the star. Remember me? They could have been much more at ease at home and did a lot better. You don't know that, Yamato. You could have done better yourself by actually showing the girls you supported them. Shockingly, even Kagura was angry. She didn't really look it, but this was what angry Kagura looked like.
まあまあ二人ともそう怒らないでまずは事情を聞きましょう
Well, I knew Sara would show up. It looks like they'd involve Sara as well, since she'd come with him. I'm sorry, Sara. It looks like I've got you caught up in something.
でも会場に来なかったのは感心できないわね
Uh-huh.
そこで来な
Wow.
かった理由は何寝過ごしたなんてことはないわよね私と
Well.
シュリどっちを応援するか決められなかったから
Well, been living in a daze for a couple of weeks. Or, yeah, a couple of weeks. And just, I forgot you two existed. And I was instantly set on fire. No, that's not it. I didn't want to see Sara retire. After the audition was over and they decided on the new member, it would be the time for Sara to retire. She would basically be passing the baton to the new member of the then leaving L7. I didn't want to rewatch that happen.
わかったそれは正当な理由ねヤマト
No,
の
it
気持ちわかるよ私だってサラさんが引退するとこ見たくなかったもん
You could have watched them on the, when they danced, and then immediately left. And there's no excuse for that, but it is a packed crowd. Probably wouldn't even allow you to leave. It's like just, hey, I gotta use the bathroom. Oh, what's that? I feel a throw up coming on. Oh, I'm sorry, person next to me. Blah. Wow, that'd be so horrible. I'm sorry I wasn't there to support you too. My reluctance to watch Sara leave was stronger than my desire to go and root for them. Oh, I was being selfish, but they seemed to understand. Okay. Oh no. Sara stayed behind after Shuri and Kagura left. She even followed me back to my room. Are you still mad at me?
シュリちゃんたちよりも私を優先するなんて
Because I love you, silly. That's not what I meant to do. I just couldn't bear to see it.
バカな子ね
I ain't no bugger, you bugger! Baka baka baka! 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 Baka baka! Sara gently wrapped her arms around me. It was different from her usual teasing squeeze, more tender somehow.
あのこと気にしてたんでしょ
That night? What we do that night? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean that night? Did we do something weird, funny? What? I can't deny it.
じゃないよってあれほど言ったのに
Did you splooge too early?
いいから
But
何も言わないで
okay. She kept holding me, unmoving. The warmth and scent of her
ありがと
were
う
strangely soothing.
心配してくれて
Oh, you're welcome, she whispered. I understood, but
こ
couldn't
こま
answer.
で私を心配してくれたのは感謝するけどシュリちゃんたちのことはまた別の問題よ
I know. Punish me, you're my
私
goddess.
怒ってるんですから
What is the phrase people use? Step on me! Don't do that, by the way. I'm not that type of guy, but it's just comedic humor. It's just comedic humor, yeah, comedic humor. Comedic humor. Oh. And in a sudden 180, I was now on the receiving end of an intense scolding. She went on berating me for not going to support them, and somehow I ended up bowed on my knees in penance. What? I guess it went on for about 15 minutes. Only once I had started losing feeling in my legs, did she decide to let me loose. So, you really did quit being divine idol, didn't you?
1年程度のことだけど寂しく感じてしまうわ
Only for about a year. What are you going to do next? I hadn't wanted to face her retirement, so I'd never ask her what she'd
神様アイドルじゃなくなっ
planned.
たけど芸能界のお仕事は続けるつもりよ続けるっていう
Okay.
かやめるにやめられないというか
Sarah smiled sadly. Since she'd been such a huge star, even after quitting the idol world, she'd still have a lot of appeal. So what about the singing problem?
歌以外のお仕事を入れてもらうつもりよ
Or singing what's truly in your heart? I can't imagine that you not there,
い
singing
ず
at
れ
the
そ
center
れ
of
が当たり
L7.
前になるわだからしばらく見守っていてね
Ah, that's so sad. Don't you ring those sticks in my ear? After she quit being a divine idol, Sarah started to appear on all kinds of TV shows. When she was in L7, she'd only been on music programs, but now she was trying out everything. Movies! Please don't be a movie actress. What's up, Kagura-san?
いらっしゃいませお客様
Shuri, you don't work here. What are you doing? I went to see how things were going at Kagura's work, and lo and behold, Shuri was working there too.
この後
What's going on here?
ラブカミとしてステージに立たせてもらうのよその代わり一日ここでバイトしていけって
Okay. Something about that don't seem
また
right.
一緒にライブができるんだもんこれくらい我慢我慢
Oh no, are they going to, have they trained so differently that they just lost each other's momentum with each other?
分かってるわ
That'd be bad.
ただ顔見知りに接客するのは恥ずかしいだけでこれも慣れだよシュリー
After the audition was over, Shuri and Kagura went back to their normal lives. But they still managed to keep their divine idol duo LoveKami going. It was unfortunate neither of them had been chosen to join L7, but someday they might be able to join them on stage as LoveKami. That's true. That's really true. It's dusk. Rustlit sky, isn't it? L7 just keeps getting more and more popular. The big screen in front of Akihabara Station was showing L7 footage again today, but Sara wasn't there. It looked like they had the music video for L7's all-new song on repeat. L7 had started performing with their new 7th member, and people were getting more and more excited, even without Sara there. The hardcore fans still grieved her retirement, but who knew how long that would last? Her retirement, but who knew how long that would last? Oh, the grieving, not the retirement. Okay. As time passed, eventually Sarah's time in L7 would be just a fading L7 would be just a fading memory. And L7 without her would be the only one that people knew. It was inevitable, but not something that I would be able to just accept. Okay. Join LoveKami, please.
いらっしゃいませ。
Hello.
なんだ、ヤマトくんだってのね。おかえりなさい。
Hello to you too, Sarah. Oh, it's just you. Oh, well, thank you for saying that. Well, thanks. No, wait, what are you doing
遊びに来たんだ
here?
けど、おばさまに店番頼まれちゃって。
Okay. You could just refuse. You shouldn't just say yes to
ここの店
everything.
番結構楽しいんだけどな。
No, that's good. Maybe you can take my place a lot of times. Even if it was a good lie, Sarah did seem to be in a particularly good mood
ね
today.
えねえ、今日の晩ご飯なんだと思う？
I don't know. Pork blood, sheepskin,
なんか
cow
カレー
liver.
なの。どうだ？嬉しくなっちゃった？
I don't know. It takes a pretty long while to make actually good curry. It takes very specific ingredients. Also costs me $120 every time I try to make it. I'm not sure why. I'm just not into that instant make stuff. Not nearly as happy as you seem to be.
何でも好きなものご馳走してくれるって言うからついリクエストしちゃった。
I figured as much. Up to now, I've never had a chance to find out what Sarah liked. What? But in the last few days, I'd learned. Sarah was crazy for curry. She said it was written right there on her website profile page, but... Oh, wow, what? On her what? What? On...
牛かな
Well...
豚かなはたまた鳥かな
Have you ever tried fish curry? I've tried fish curry, and also you put like boiled white rice and also add raisins in it. Oh, that is so good! I love that! But personally, I like chicken curry because sometimes I like to use like a lot of sugar combined with all these different types of vegetables, and that's why it costs like $100 to make like 3 bowls of it. I make sweet curry, not actual, like hot flaming curry. I guess that's one of the things I did because it was more Indian curry. You didn't tell her what kind of meat to
そ
use?
こはほら
Who's her?
サプライズがあってもいいかなっておばさまの腕ならどのお肉でも絶対美味しいはずだもの
Bad idea. She seemed to have a lot of faith in my mother's cooking skills. Ever since she retired from being a divine idol, Sarah had come by whenever her work allowed, which was much more often than before. My mother liked Sarah, so she spoiled her rotten and always invited her to have dinner with us. Hey, a perfect person to marry! And Sarah always asked for curry. The smell will get into the kimonos, so you might want to hold back on overly fragrant foods.
もちろん注意
What?
しているらしいわよだから作っている時カレーの香りがここまで届かないの
Okay. She said this almost regretfully. What? A curry-scented kimono shop sounded like a terrible thing to me. Well, it depends on what type of curry. I mean, it's not just beef, chicken, or vegetable curry, or pork curry, or fish curry. There's a lot of other stuff.
お腹苦しい
You shouldn't eat so much. Sarah had eaten too much curry for dinner, and now she was suffering for it. Usually, when I make curry, it has to sit and boil on the stove for like overnight. It takes a crap ton of hours to actually make curry, and even then, you have to put it in the longer it sits in the refrigerator, and you cook it, like nuke it in the microwave, it tastes so much better. I'm not sure why, but some people like it. Other people think it's bad that way, but I don't know. Let me just take another hit of that sweet rice. And once again, she was using my bed without asking, but she looked so pathetic. I didn't have the heart to tell her off. What? No, I would let any woman use my bed. As long as they don't stink or are an evil person. I mean, if they're hurt, maybe. But my bed is just a bed. I mean, it's just another piece of furniture. I mean, sure, it's where I sleep. Just don't do quote-unquote stuff in it. You shouldn't get so excited and force yourself to have seconds or thirds. I know, that's why you become anorexic and bulimic. She was so thin, I couldn't imagine where all that curry had gone. Maybe a goddess's stomach is built differently from humans. Please don't be bulimic. I honestly can't believe you like curry that much. Healthy is debatable, but okay. Well, I couldn't deny that what she said. That wasn't the issue. Yeah, but everyone's got their limits, no matter how much they like something. Remember, you can't sing. Let me rub that in your face, and you'll realize your stomach can't ingest everything, you know? It's hard. Oh, that'd be too mean. No. I would hate myself immensely if I actually did that to someone like her. It's hard to believe you were a divine idol until just recently. The way you stuff your belly with that stuff. Are you serious? Variety shows? Sara got up from bed and looked me square in the face while she said this. Oh, you want your artistry to be all-encompassing like I do. I mean, Demo does. Me. Not Yamato, but me. Not the song, but me. I like to just do stuff. I like to cook because it feels like an art. I like to paint. I like to write a book, or try to write a book. I don't know. I like to do videos. I like to do art types of stuff. I even like to learn coding and do little tiny video games. I just like art. Building, architecture, painting. Well, different from painting on a canvas, but painting on like a wall. Understand? Lots of other food stuff. Or just art in general. I like to do stuff, okay? I have a lot of love in my heart and I gotta share it. Oh yeah, I also do a lot of music, but I do music most of the time anyway, so check the link in the description for my music Vocaloid channel, paha. Sara showed me a picture she took on her phone. It showed her playing around in front of an outdoor bath. It won't be broadcasted for a while, but the water was so nice. Sara was getting all worked up. What? No, she wasn't. But the more excited she got, the colder I felt. You're getting worked up, man. Sara, that's no good. Am I... What? I want you to sing again. You're not yourself when you aren't singing. I mean, that's true, but Sometimes you gotta stop singing, find yourself, and then go back to singing. So, I mean, it is not good from what he's saying, but it is good from her, like, now I can finally freaking calm down. I mean, you have to have a vacation from yourself. It's just the way it works. If you don't have a vacation from yourself, you just become more distant, more cognitive dissonance, which proceeds to the fact that you cannot sing. I constantly struggle with aphasia. It means words just don't come out correctly. I even struggle with it in this very video. Sometimes I have to just look into a dictionary or Google and type out what I mean in the definition and then find the word. That's why I love poetry so much. That's why I love music. It helps me better express what I need to do in my heart. When I can't express what I feel in my brain, the words in my brain, I feel so pathetic. It's like if somebody asked me this major question on, like, I'm struggling to find an example. Like, say, maybe you won $1 million, $1 million, because I don't want deer. You've won $1 million. Tell me, what is the face of Pokemon? What is the most famous Pokemon? And if I forgot the name Pikachu, which I do constantly, I'd lose the $1 million. Because I forget. It's just a thing. I forget because I fight myself and I don't have a vacation from myself. My heart speaks through my art. That's why it rhymes. And I can understand the times You understand, right? Through art, you have to show what your feelings truly are. You cannot just make a mock-up and say, oh yes, this is what was in my heart, this is what is in my heart, and it's actually completely so distant. It's what I call the derelict heart. When the heart is not creating art that represents what it is. And that's the problem. On this YouTube channel, I may not get very many views. This channel may not get very many views. This video probably won't even get 1 view. But I do it because it helps me out. It helps me figure out where I'm going. It helps me do things. And I don't care who you are. If you make art that is not in your heart, you're doing something wrong. Of course, you can make art that is not in your heart. But let's be real. At that point, it becomes a job. And jobs are not fun. Work is not fun. If she never sings again, it's probably gonna be pretty natural. Because I try to sing, but I'm horrible at it because I forget words too. The words just sometimes do not come out. Either by brain issues or emotional issues. And that's just the way it goes. I've said it from the beginning of this video up until right now, where I'm just giving you like a giant 5-minute long speech. Oh well. I blurted it out without thinking. Wow. I wasn't even thinking that hard when I was talking either. Wow, that's kind of weird how that works. Even though I knew it was a cruel thing to say, I couldn't help myself.
分かっているわ。 私だって本当は
I
歌いたい
know.
でも歌えないの
Maybe you should find poetry, words. Instead of singing, let's learn poetry prose. Just write. Ever heard of a poetry slam or something like that? You don't have to exactly sing. The problem lies with words. And the biggest problem is words sometimes don't come out. You can sing, hum a melody. Heck, you could have stayed the back vocals. You could just go ah, or something like that. But words matter in song. Not always, very rarely, because it's just like 25% compared to everything else. And truthfully, you can sing. You will sing. But the words are not the song. They create the heart that is rested in the song. And that is the point I'm trying to make.
つい口を動かしちゃって。でも歌声になってくれないのよ。
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel sometimes. Sara hadn't gotten her voice back. Even songs other than love songs, you should be fine with songs that aren't about romance.
ヤマト君の言う通りかもしれない。でもね、どうしてもダメなの。
Of course it doesn't freaking work, Yamato. I mean, you're obviously not a psychologist, and you've obviously haven't experienced a lot yourself. I'm sorry, I've been through a lot. Can you tell? I know exactly how Sara feels to a T. I mean, there is no overlap. This is not lowercase t. This is not like a weird italicized T. This is a bold capital T underlined. Maybe haven't even crossed through, maybe. I don't know. I understand exactly what she is talking about.
私は歌を聴いてくれるみんなを裏切ってしまった。その事実が胸に刺さっている限り、以前のようには歌えない。
Dang it! I feel that way too sometimes, because sometimes my art doesn't really show, like, sometimes my depression seeps into my art so vividly that you can say, okay, that guy was kind of depressed even though he was making like funny haha videos, and that's a big problem. That is a big problem. If your heart's not in it, you can't do it. And sometimes when you feel betrayed like that by your own self, and you feel like that knife in the chest, it kind of makes it worse. Do you understand? She used to sing about love without ever having felt it. For Sara, that was the same as lying, and so she felt like she's betrayed her fans. I felt like she was just overthinking it. But for her, it was important to sing from the heart, and she could never change that. Exactly! She went so far as to quit singing, something she loved, but she couldn't lie to herself once she noticed what she was doing. Well, if you experienced love, could you sing again?
でも歌えるようになるかもしれない。
Get in there, Yamato! Get in there! Well, if that's the case, then you should learn what love is. I wanna know what love is! Sorry. I intentionally made that horrible. I wanna know what love is. Was that better? Probably not. I don't know. I want you to show me. I don't know. As I went on, Sara looked at me with puzzled look first. But soon, her eyes filled with excitement.
知らないなら学習すればいい。どういうものなのか理解すれば恋心だってわかるはず。
Yes, unless you actually can never learn about what it is, like, why do we exist? Or something like that. Why is Sara saying something but not... Sara, you're supposed to read this line. Scene jump? Return to selected... Yes, I guess.
知らないなら学習すればいい。どういうものなのか理解すれば恋心だってわかるはず。
Okay, it's not saying that line. When I figure out what it's like to know love, then I'll understand it all better.
あなたはまた私に大事なことを気づかせてくれたわ。だからついでってわけじゃないけれど、もう一つだけお願い。ヤマト
Yes?
君、私に恋を教えてください。
Yes! I will! I agree. I agree full on. 100,000. What is love? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. It's a question that sounds simple but isn't. I didn't know what about me gave Sara so much hope. It wasn't like I'd had a lot of experience with romance. A lot, actually, meaning none at all. It was absurd to think I could teach anyone about love. On the contrary, I wanted someone to teach me. Aw, that's how it goes. I'm really sorry about this, but help me, please. Okay. I was at Kagura and Shuri's work, shamelessly begging for help.
話は聞いたけど、何なの恋を知りたいって。
What? No, let's not cheat.
ヤマト、好きな人でもできちゃった？私？困るよ、そういうのは。はいはい。
No, Kagura.
勘違いしないの。ヤマトがカグラを好きになるはずないでしょうに。
Oh no.
結構脈ありだと思ってたんだけど。
Kinda do.
ヤマト、私のこと実は好きだったりするんだよね。
Okay. I like you, Kagura. Kagura came sliding up to me, showing off her charms. She was a beautiful goddess and the revealing clothing she was wearing did contribute to my rising pulse. Well, if you're asking if I like you or dislike you, I guess I'd put it in the like category. But your personality is still lacking. Oh! Your personality is still lacking? Oh! Oh!
そう思ってたとしても、ストレートに言わないでよ。
I felt that. Okay. Ow. Ooh.
ヤマトは自分に正直なタイプなのよ。
And not just with himself.
ってことは、私じゃなくて、シュリが好きなんだ。
Yeah. And she'll just start like.
どうしてそういう話
Yeah,
なの？
like us.
だって私じゃなければシュリしか残ってないし。
Gotta be you. Actually, it's not. I don't know what you
それはそう
mean.
だけど、もうやだな、困るじゃない。アイドルなんだから彼氏とかダメなのに。
Who said?
まんざらでもなさそうだこの感じ。
Kagura was staring in distaste while Shuri fidgeted in her seat. I really wasn't sure of the best way to interrupt, so I just stared at them. Well, that didn't help. Although I did a massive blow to Kagura's ego. And actually raised Shuri's. We never ended up getting anywhere, so I gave up and figured I'd try again later. I lured them over to the promise of leftover curry. Really?
2日目のカレー美味しい。
Exactly. It's good on the second day rather than the first day.
ちょっとカグラ
Unsure why.
お行儀悪いわよ。
Manners? Since when have any of you had manners around me? Now, you eat up too, Shuri.
すっごく美味しいよ。シュリが食べないならもらっちゃおうかな。食べるわよ。
Okay.
勝手に横から奪おうとしないで。
Shuri started eating too, keeping guard against Kagura.
確かに美味しいわね。辰巳家のカレーは。でしょでしょ。どう？すごい
？Yeah, so
すごいのはカグラじゃ
sugoi.
なくて、料理上手なヤマトのお母さんでしょ。わかってるって。でもサラさんがカレー好きだったとは初耳だよ。何？そんなことも知らなかったの？ L7 公式ファンブックに書いてあるじゃない。何それ？
Fan book?
っていうか、シュリはサラさんの好物知ってたの？ L7 のメンバーになろうとするなら、そのくらい常識だと思うけど。
Well, she has a point. Having said this, Shuri turned her gaze in my way. Sorry, I didn't know until the other day myself.
知ってるシュリの方がおかしいんだよ。カグラもヤマトも物を知らなさすぎなのよ。
Oh, so you think? Shuri rolled her eyes at us. Personally, I felt she just knew too much, but it might actually be common knowledge for L7 fans.
サラさんって引退してからも結構ここに来てるんだね。
Yeah, after all of that, I think it's kind of hard to hang out with her old friends.
それってさ、ちょっと役得だよね。
Yeah, I agree. Can't deny it. I do spend a lot more time with Sara now. What did you make that face for? Suddenly, her gaze seemed to carry a deeper meaning. Kagura followed her lead and stared at me too.
そういうことね。
Stared as in closed eyes?
知りたいなんて言い出すから一体何事かと思ったけど、つまりあれだ。ヤマトってば、サラさんを好きになっちゃったんでしょ。
Oh, come on, it's obvious. Huh? What? That came out of nowhere.
違うの？
Yeah, right. No, you're not. Yeah, well, I mean, no, you're not, but, I had always had an attraction towards Sara. Sara. How's it pronounced? And now, I was hoping she could sing again. I wanted to see her smile like she used to, and I wanted to help her in any way I
やっ
could.
ぱりそうなんだ。
Aww.
でもまあ、サラさんならしょうがないか。だよね。すっごく綺麗だし、大人っぽいし、それに優しくて、いつもいい匂いがしてて。
Okay. There is a few words in there that sounded rather, really, let me just replay that and see if you hear something.
だよね。すっごく綺麗だし、大人っぽいし、それに優しくて、いつもいい匂いがしてて。
Yep. It sounds like she's saying something that I'm not gonna talk about.
今は言わなくていいから。
Yes, she smells good because you've obviously placed your nose on her. I knew well that Sara smelled good. She always had a scent like flowers, one that soothed the heart.
サラさんはヤマトのこと絶対恋愛対象には見てないよね。
Ow.
あの接し方、弟って感じだしね。
Ow. Ow. Yeah, I guess you're right. Ow. They didn't need to point it out, not after all this. It was clear that Sara had always viewed me as a younger brother.
告白して玉砕しちゃ
Yes. What? How are you so sure she'll reject me?
うねえ、高嶺の花すぎるでしょ。神様アイドルじゃなくなったけど、サラさんの人気、今でもすごいみたいだよ。やめてからさらに人気が出たって話よ。美人であの性格でも融通聞くようになった今の方がテレビ番組に引っ張りだこみたいだしね。
Yeah, that's true. So you're saying she's even further out of reach. Sara never really talked much about work, but now that I thought about it, it was easy to see. Oh, come on. What? Kagura! Sara hasn't done anything bad. I'm the one who's in the wrong. I went along with Kagura's little remark. The two of them looked at me pitifully and sighed deeply.
いきなり告白するのだけはやめときなさい。まずは軽く遊びに誘ってみたらどう？それくらいならサラさんも付き合ってくれると思うし。
Well, any guy who actually knew what he was doing would have already done that.
つまりデートだね。
Exactly, but don't maybe not say, oh yeah, we're going on a quote-unquote date. I mean, when you're want to get into a relationship, you don't say, hey, would you like to date me? Be my girlfriend? No. You say, hey, maybe if we could catch some coffee sometime at that Starbucks you like so much. Maybe get some cheesecake because, hey, I like cheesecake just as much as you like Starbucks, whatever they sell there. They sell coffee, right? I'm joking. Exactly! Exactly! I was right! Shuri, me and you on the same wavelength. At least when it comes to romance. Okay, got it. I'll consider that. You know, that's funny. Every time I say something like okay, I'll consider it. That's my subtle way of saying back off, I know what I'm doing.
私もおすすめのデートスポットを紹介しちゃうよ。カグラ、あんたデートスポットなんて知ってるの？
She does look like the person to have a lot of dates.
情報なら詳しいよ。あと、アイドルグッズのお店とか、パーツ屋さんとか。
Computer parts for a date?
カグラに相談するのだけはやめておきなさい。
Well, I know, I'm not that stupid. Oh, it's okay, Kagura. Come here, let me pat your head. Oh, rough. We talked through things some more, Kagura's suggestions being of no help at all. In the end, I decided to follow Shuri's advice and ask Sara out on a date. But not calling it a date. What would Sara want to do? Her profile on the official website only had likes, curry, which didn't give us much to go on. Apart from that, and the fact that her favorite instrument was the guitar, we didn't know much else. Well, I'll ask her and see what happens. I'd have been way too nervous in person, so I sent her a text instead. Wow, she replied, and she already replied? Yeah, Sara agreed right away, even though we hadn't decided on any details yet. She seemed pretty enthusiastic about it, too. I mean, hey, sometimes a date would be, like, figuring out, like, just walking through the town. Just like, I don't know what to do. Maybe we'll just pop in randomly somewhere. How about that? And if the girl likes it, it's like, oh, yeah, sure, let's do that. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Am I wrong? I mean, sure, it may get boring, but, you know, that's the point. Walking down the street together, hopefully not in a bad part of the neighborhood. But, you know, just talking like, say, hey, you know, the sky's beautiful right now. The wind is kind of chilly, so, hey, I have a coat on, and if you want the coat, hey, you can have the coat. Oh, and she'll probably say, oh, let me just cuddle next to you and, like, hold your hand. And I'm thinking, oh, that's so adorable, cute. Okay, I just created a fan fiction. I'm sorry, but come on. I like romance. I'm a romantic guy. What can I say? When I have a girlfriend, so I know what I'm gonna do with her as a date or number of dates. Some dates may not go well. Some dates probably should go very well, unless, you know, I lose money. Lose money and have to work in the back trying to figure out how to pay for it all. It's like, oh, you paid for like $500 worth of wine? Okay. She seemed pretty enthusiastic about it too. I should probably just stop talking about it. Almost immediately, I got several new messages from Sara. Nice. I make my dates with my girl on Saturday too. Okay. 12 a.m., 12 p.m., I'm not sure what you mean. She'd already worked out our schedule before I even had a chance to reply. Not that I was going to object to any of her suggestions. Yaoi! It's a date. I mean, not a date. Just hanging out. Who cares what you call it? Well, that's important. On Saturday, Sara and I would just be spending the day together. Just thinking about it got my pulse racing. Could this be love? No. I didn't really understand it myself, but I was looking forward to it so much. I started to feel like a little crazy. If this was love, it wasn't a bad feeling. The problem was whether Sara would feel the same. Yay! Okay, so we're officially starting our... Saturday had finally arrived. We're officially starting our date. Well, it's been an hour and 44 minutes! Oh, boy. Boy. I mean, girl. I am so tired. I've also had this bowl of rice sitting here for an hour and 45 minutes. The clouds stopped moving for some reason. Anyway, so that's a good place to stop for now. But if you want more gaming content, then press that subscribe button. And if you want to see more of LoveKami, then you go ahead and click that like button as well. I think you'll come back. I know you'll come back for some more. LoveKami. So never forget to catch it next time. Bye-bye.